This is the 2025 BMW Z4 M40i with a secret, with a Handschalter package, which means I'm shifting by hand because yes, this has a manual transmission. But before I show you the manual transmission, I have to show you that you can operate the roof up to 50 kilometers an hour with no issues whatsoever. Here we go, we're opening the roof because this is how we need to review this car. We're gonna bring up the windows, and now I can tell you all about it. This is a no-cost option here in Canada to get the manual, but emotionally it will cost you quite a bit because if you don't pick it, honestly, you're losing out on a lot of fun and some really good perks actually. Prices in Canada start at $82,000. This car here, as tested, is at 96,000 Canadian dollars. In the US, prices start at $73,500. As tested, this is around $77,000. Similarly matched, the packages aren't exactly the same. First of all, this car has black badging on the outside, which gives it that extra sexy and mean curb appeal. But the thing that takes this to a whole new level are these exclusive colors, like this frozen deep metallic green, which looks absolutely sick. But it also costs a $6,000 premium. See what I did there? The manual car also comes with aerodynamic improvements to the rear axle, which means better cooling for the differential in the rear brakes. It has, of course, an M limited slip differential on the back. It rides on bigger rims on the back. It has 20s, while in the front it has 19s. That's an interesting way to stagger stuff. So the rears are not only wider, they're also taller as rims. The most important difference between the automatic and the manual is that this one comes with auxiliary springs on both axles and new exclusive programming for the adaptive dampers. It has updates on the front sway bar. And of course, with full control in your hands, you can make it sound so much better than the automatic car. It does rev matching for you, and it does it quite nicely. I must say, you can disable it if you don't like it. But you know what? Especially in Sport Plus mode, where the exhaust becomes a little bit more grunty. Oh my God, this thing sounds so good. And having full control over it, honestly, takes the Z4 automatic, which is already a pretty fantastic car, and just makes it fantastic +1 or +6 actually. You know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. This is the gear knob here, reminds me of my old E30. This car is just having an immediate connection like this to a BMW straight 6 engine is just something really special, and the analog feeling about it is just, I miss it. Nowadays, cars don't have this, and this one brings it back. Emotionally, this Z4 with a manual transmission is exactly what I was looking for, because honestly, I've missed this. I've missed this feel. There's so many nice other cars out there. Like, I'm imagining the manual Supra probably does the same thing, but cars like a Nissan Z, for example, is missing out. It doesn't have all this. It's just like a not that emotionally connected. But this one here, oh, it's so good. I'm either gonna have an orgasm or I'm gonna cry. I don't know, one of the two. The short shifting transmission has an excellent feel to it. The clutch is very progressive and grabby, and it forgives newbies. It's a very easy car to drive. Of course, under the hood, it has the excellent 3-liter straight 6 B58 engine. It makes 382 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. Of course, it's made it to a 6-speed manual transmission. It has an adaptive M Sport differential in the back, which means limited slip differential. The brakes in the front have 4-piston calipers. The rears are single floating calipers. 100 kilometers an hour to 0 came in 40 meters, which is great. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, BMW says 4.4. Honestly, my shifting was good enough for 5.4, as our Dragy reported, but nevertheless, it doesn't really matter. What really matters is that the Z4 is an extremely beautiful car. I mean, a lot of people kind of like ignore it when it comes to like its specs and as an option, like what to buy, but Let me tell you, when you drive by and people look at it, every single person turns around and they're like, what the heck is this? They all like it. Inside, the manual car gets some exclusive materials you can pick from, like this Vernasca leather. Otherwise, it remains very well built with excellent technology. The displays have comprehensive information. I'm not really missing anything. Everything is very easy to reach and use. It has a wireless charger, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. It has 2 cup holders in the worst possible place on the universe, because once you put a cup here, then you're like constantly knocking into it. But anyway, the seats are absolutely fantastic. No further comments. The driving position is like perfection, and despite the Z4 being like a little car like this, visibility is pretty good too. You don't really have any blind spots. So overall, it's a very easy car to drive. I would say in parking lots that are like underground, like going close to curbs might be a bit of an issue, but once you figure out the size of the car, you'll be fine. The one negative thing that I did notice is, especially with the roof closed, there are some rattles coming from this corner right here. And that I don't like. Honestly, that kind of pisses me off. But anyway, on the road, as we said, the Z4 is such a lovely car to drive. Keep your foot down on the German Autobahn and you'll find out that the top speed is limited to 250 kilometers an hour. And I have to say that even at high speeds, there's not a lot of wind in here. Like there's not turbulence. This has a nice little wind deflector back there. It works quite well, I have to say. So even as a open top highway cruiser, the Z4 is a really good car. If, however, you decide to close the top, well, you'll enjoy really nice warmth because the top is really well built. The fabric is excellent quality, so it really keeps the car warm and quiet. So it's both thermal and acoustically very well insulated. And of course, the operation is super easy. You just hold the button down and just a few seconds later, it's either open or closed, and you can do it with up to 50 kilometers an hour. So while moving, fuel economy isn't terrible, but since this car is exactly like a sports car, you're going to be driving it in a sporty manner. So I've been averaging around 10, 11, 12 liters per 100 kilometers, driving it pretty quickly. When I decided to give it a proper measurement for this test, I kept it under 10, so it was 9.8. Realistically though, you're not going to be doing that well, so keep that in mind. But honestly, why would you really care about gas? Because you bought a sports car, just freaking enjoy it. And on the road, it's actually very comfortable for what it is. I mean, it's not the softest ride, but you know what? It's quite comfortable over bumps. I rarely bottomed out, so I think it really helps in that sense. Like, the car really doesn't bottom out. I do notice the improvement on the road. It's a much better controlled car in the fine details, so it leans even less. The steering might not have the best feedback in the universe, but it makes up with really good weight and excellent precision. So overall, comfort-wise, the Z4 is a very nice car that you can use daily. So if you plan to use it as a daily driver, no issues whatsoever. You can start it, stop it, take it wherever you want. Very easy car to live with. In the winter, ground clearance will be a little bit of a problem, but if you put a good set of winter tires on, I'm pretty sure you can enjoy it all year round. It's pretty practical. The trunk is 281 liters. Honestly, it's a pretty big trunk for what it is. Golf clubs will go inside, no problem. Shopping, breeze. Reliability, B58 has shown really good reports, so I wouldn't worry whatsoever in terms of reliability. This Z4 should be as solid as it gets. And finally, you can get the orange, the typical BMW orange. Thank you, because in the new 4 Series Coupe, you couldn't have it. And of course, the most important thing, which is the driving enjoyment. Well, let me tell you, with rear-wheel drive, 6-speed manual, an excellent clutch, great steering, perfect seating position and seat and everything. Honestly, this Z4 will put a smile on your face. Even if you drive it downtown, even if you're stuck in traffic, or even if you're just blasting through some mountain passes, or even on the track, why not? You have lots of room for your helmet, even with the roof closed. So I have to say, the manual Z4 is just, it took a perfect recipe, which was the Z4, and it just threw a little bit of extra spice like this on it. It made it just even more great. So if the regular Z4 automatic was like a 9.5 out of 10, well, this is a 9.9 out of 10 because it rattles. If it didn't rattle, I'd be in love with it. But this rattle, I don't remember the 24 doing it, so hopefully it's just this car that's pissing me off. But anyway, gotta deduct something. So I have to say that in the sub $100,000 sports car category, the Z4 really does combine elegance, presence, luxury, and athleticism in a very unique way. And that's why you really need to look into it if you're looking for an open-top joy machine. That's pretty much all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video with the 2025 Z4. M40i with a 6-speed manual. Love, love, love this car. Till next time, be well, leave us a comment, you know the drill. See you. Bye-bye.
Perfect.